folks, I had my birthday, so there was some delay before I could make this second issue of Economics Against Wall Street. Excuse me for that. Well, let's start with a bit of history. In the beginning, history, production, the producers went to the market, and there were consumers who sold what was produced. Production market. Then in between production market, trade developed, merchants developed. And gradually the merchants with their capital started to become producers. They bought workshops, they bought small factories. So money started as a means of exchange, money was slowly gaining power. The merchants became producers. Now, this is about the same time that happened. Here, soldiers are chasing away peasants from their houses and their land, and that was done by the landlords who wanted to produce. The big estate owners, the landlords, wanted to produce for the market. They wanted to produce linen and wool, so they planted flax in enormous quantities, and they started to keep sheep in enormous quantities. So the smaller farmers had to be thrown out. Now, this is the expulsion of farmers around 1570, and mind you, modern farmers, the smaller modern farmers, are having the same situation, but then it's not done by soldiers and the landlords behind, but by capital, which goes for ever bigger farms. So these modern farmers, it's important to know your history, because then you know your future better. Now, the final is a total encirclement by capital of the whole economy. In all parts, it's penetrated. Production, trade, market, it's all penetrated by capital. And money has definitely become, from a means of exchange, it has become, and also a means of regulation, it has become a means of power. So, just have a look what is happening in a certain branch of business, for instance. Now, business is providing money for the investors, and the money earned by this business is reinvested again in this branch or other branches. It doesn't make any difference. So money getting more and more, and here it pushes, it has a certain impact on the businesses. So you get one business, a second business, then in order to keep up in the competition, the first business has to modernize, and then you've got a third, and then B has to modernize, under pressure of the money and investing, reinvestments. This whole thing becomes very, and then one business is going bankrupt, and then the other two businesses have to survive. By merging, they have to merge in order to survive, and that's going on and on and on, because of money pushing the production the whole time. Well, and I'm not against a lively market, but it becomes dynamism, which can go too far, and dynamism can become hectic, and that is that money must grow. The whole system overheats competition, and then competition becomes from all right to become destructive. So it's the oversizing that creates the undersizing, and in the process there's loss of many capable entrepreneurs and craftsmen and craftswomen, and getting finance, finding money becomes more important than skill or quality. So the whole business, the whole production becomes ever more capital intensive. More money, mechanization, automation, to the detriment of labor intensive. You know what I mean? Machines in, people out. And the ever bigger scale means that the smaller scale is losing in the rat race. Here we see it even more in abstract: money, 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 ever more production, ever more money, ever more production pushed by that money must grow, and it's ever more use of energy and natural resources. Now I come to a solution as I see it myself, which is just a solution proposal. Money or capital should be tamed. We have to go for a flexible and democratic economy. I come to that later, in later issues. We have to change from supply and pushing money-driven economy to a responsible demand. And with responsible, I mean eco-safe demand, a demand remaining within the ecological limits. A regionalized, localized and more social economy, market embedded in society. Unemployment should become a word of the past, and of course the cake should be divided more equally. It will be a frugal society, but it will be a society of ourselves, and therefore joyful and intelligent, no longer damaging the earth. Is this utopian? Everywhere in the world, steps hereto are being made. Alternatives developed by the people themselves. Everywhere in the cracks of the ruling concrete, hopeful plants are growing. And put together, they already constitute a complete utopia. Now, I'm very much in favor of power to the people, as you see, but I must say, provided it's ecologically well aware, and we should be a bit civilized and nice for each other, we should be a bit social. That's very important, power to the people. Oh, here we are again. Now, this was my book, Economic Revolution. Still at Amazon, I hope, I don't know. And coming soon, Economics Against Wall Street, issue 3. Bye, folks.